What do we have for Capricorn? Knight of Wands, fire energy in reverse at the foundation of the reading, Cap. Okay, Cap, leading up to your reading, I started to get flooded with these messages in regards to somebody's, maybe family, friends, could certainly be exes, but there's some people here that can't figure out how to make their way back to you. And what I mean by this is, I feel that whoever this is in regards to formed some sort of weapons against you in some capacity or another. And things have gotten progressively better for you. There's a sense that you are by no means down and out. You've leveled up. The quality of your life has improved. And there's nothing but positive indications that your life is heading in the right direction. And whoever is on the other side of this didn't see this coming. They didn't expect this. A real general example, something that I can give all of you to apply to how this may fit in your life. It's simply like somebody who rules you out, leaves you behind for someone or something that they think would serve them better, which is a kind of Knight of Wands energy. And when it's in reverse, it's very reckless. This is somebody who leaves a trail of broken hearts, but it's done intentionally. They seek to hurt people. And I feel that this person has gone through some sort of awakening, which is all connected to your level up. It's as if they have been watching your life from afar, from a distance, from the sidelines, so to speak. And what they're starting to see now is that none of these tactics worked. And it's caused them to have to look at themselves in the mirror. Spirit has forced them to look in the mirror, is what I just heard very clearly. You were, we don't have it on the table here, but you were a kind of tower in their life. They didn't even know this. I feel that what they did to you, they've done to many others before, but it ends with you. And something inside them is making them feel that they need to make their way towards you. And there's something within them that they can't shake. It's like a voice, an itch that they can't quite scratch. They feel this tremendous pull towards you. And for those of you that may be dealing with an ex or something, it's like now this person, maybe after years, feels like you were the one. You were the one that quite possibly got away. If this is family, maybe they never really supported you, or maybe they never believed in your dreams the way that you would have wished they did. And now they're starting to see you level up. You're winning. Things are looking like they're going in your favor. And now all of these people are drowning in this regret and in this shame. And they just can't find it within themselves to do the right thing, to say sorry, which says a whole lot about them, because that sorry, even though it's probably not enough to get back in your good graces, at least they know that if they did present you with something of the like, they would have done everything they possibly could. But instead, they choose to suffer. They have now become a victim of their own doing, of their own narcissism, right? See, narcissists cannot apologize or take accountability for any of their wrongdoing. It's a spiritual disease. These are the kinds of people that would rather die before they say sorry to anybody they may have hurt, because they think it makes them look weak. What do we have? The sacral, please? Wheel of Fortune at the sacral. Sag energy. Now, Cap, I feel that the whole reason we're even delivering this message today is because it's necessary. It's all a part of your spiritual growth. You need to know that you're moving in the right direction. And even though there may never be a resolution with these people, Spirit wants you to know how they feel. Because in a sense, even though you don't need their validation in any way, shape, or form, it's validation from the universe. This is how these people are feeling. They regret what they did. They regret what they said. They regret the weapons they formed against you. Even though they can't do anything to right their wrongs because they took it way too far, and it would almost be inappropriate to try and right these wrongs. And in some cases, righting the wrongs could see you pressing charges against them, for those of you that dealt with some really extreme matters here. But the whole point of this message is to let you know that at this point in your journey, this is when you get that confirmation that it wasn't you, that you didn't do anything wrong, and you're able to push forward with your head held high. I feel that you have had to fight for quite some time through an energy where maybe you were consumed by self-doubt. You had no one to lean on, but the divine, but the universe, but God. And though that's always enough, it's spiritual in nature. But in this physical third density, you just had to trust yourself. And that can be really difficult. It can be a long, lonely road. But now you've reached this point in the journey where you're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. See, this Wheel of Fortune, we're behind it, right? So we're on approach. This is the universe saying to you, look, Cap, we told you. We told you that you were moving in the right direction, and now we're going to prove it to you. You need to know this message. You need to know how they feel. And you need to know that the closer you get to crossing this threshold with this Wheel of Fortune, the more consumed they will become by their actions towards you. Because this is karmic retribution. And this is what this is all about. You may be at a point on your path where you have grown so much that even your worst enemies you don't want to suffer, which is a clear indication of how much you have grown. But it's not about knowing other people are suffering. It's about knowing that the universe is working in your favor to bring balance. People facing the karmic consequences of the weapons they formed against you is simply the universe balancing things out. And it's always for their own good, sort of like the universe reprimanding people when they get out of line. We all have to deal with it. This path you have been on, not only has it been lonely, it's been long, it's one that's never really supported. I mean, this is the path of the black sheep. You don't get to take a friend. You don't have a buddy to hang out with. Your entire reality shifts. The way you interface with the universe completely changes. Not only can you not take a buddy with you, but it's hard to even relate to people when you are going through this level of transformation in your life. Carrying a conversation with somebody can be like pulling teeth. You're going through an awakening process and you're trying to carry a conversation with somebody who's still completely asleep inside their own matrix. This is what makes this path lonely, because there's very few, if any, people that you can relate to. But the level of strength that this builds up inside of you is what leaders are made out of. Real people who bring change and awakening to this world have typically had to navigate a path similar to this. The universe has been with you every step of the way. I think you know that now. But I feel you're going to start seeing a lot more proof of this. I feel that you're at a point in the journey when everything you have been working towards is going to start manifesting itself into your everyday waking life, into your actual reality. The Wheel of Fortune is all connected to your destiny. It is the turning point. And this is not only the end of a new cycle, but the beginning of a new one. You have a lot of really positive karma that you have accumulated, Cap, that I feel you're going to start cashing in, so to speak. And it's very much a message of you not only being on approach, right? But the universe saying, hey, Cap, have a seat for a minute. We want to give you a little glimpse into these people's lives. These people who let you down, broke your heart, ruled you out, exiled you, so to speak. We need to show you what's going on in their life. Because even though it may not matter at this point, it's important you know. Because it's going to help you push forward with a little bit more power in the knowing that it wasn't you. It was them. It was always them. They were to blame, but you were scapegoated because you were the one that brought through that tower. I keep seeing it in my mind's eye. And that's why they all came for you in this capacity, because you were a lone soldier. And in their world, it was the most sensible thing. Shut the chosen one up, because they are in direct opposition with what we came here to do. Right on the bottom of the deck, we have the hangman. Okay, so a perfect depiction, right, of what I'm picking up here. There you are, hanging upside down, gaining this higher perspective over the situation. Look at all these people, right? It's like they're pointing and screaming at you because you look at the world differently. You see what they don't. And because of this, it's like they tried to crucify you, so to speak. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Too many cards. What do we have the solar plexus? Tried to crucify you is exactly right. 10 of Swords at the solar plexus. See, but what they don't realize is you were resurrected. It was always supposed to go down like this. The universe needed to put you in a situation where these people were tested, right? God, this storyline I'm picking up here is just like Christ. It's like these people were tested and they all betrayed you. And I feel that in a lot of cases, you sacrificed yourself for them. You only wanted what was best for them. A lot of you are coming from cycles where you put these people before yourself. You sacrificed yourself. And then when these people were tested to see if they would do the same for you, not only did they let you down, but they stabbed you in the back and tried to end you because you were illuminating something inside of them that they were not ready to face yet. A lot of these people I'm hearing had something very dark that was dormant inside of them, but you awakened some sort of demonic spirit within these people. It's like as soon as you started to awaken to the truth, you started to break free of your own particular matrix. It's like this spirit just came online in all of these people and came for you. It's like you were never meant to wake up, right? See that right there is a clear sign of a kind of generational curse. This is when you're breaking the chains, so to speak. It's not easy to do. It's damn near impossible. This is why no one before you has ever done it. The chain breaker, the black sheep, the one that's chosen by the universe to break these chains is going to go through a lot of suffering before they reach their promised land, so to speak. But for you now, you're almost there. I feel it. So as you have had to navigate this path and face these very hard truths about your reality and all the people in it, the universe feels you are ready to learn some more truths. This is why you may be flooded with memories of these people at this current time. I feel that there's people pulling on your energy. They're really thinking about you. It gives people that had some sort of demonic spirit inside of them that use them as vessels to come for you. And then now that you are gone, that spirit has left them because their vessels are no longer useful to that spirit. And now these people are just sitting there in the shame and guilt for what they may have put you through. But again, that spirit of narcissism, it doesn't go away. It singes one's soul. It's like a kind of branding. And as you begin to push further down your path, having risen out of this complete rock bottom ending that they brought into your life, they can't help but think that there's something more to all of this, that quite possibly there is a force around you that is guiding you and protecting you, because what they are witnessing is of biblical proportions. Your entire story is not only one from the books, but it's one for the books, meaning this is the kind of story that is passed down through the ages. What do we have at the heart, please? Hierophant. Taurus energy at the heart. God, the divine, the higher order. So confirming what I said about them not being able to help thinking that there must be something more to all of this, that there's something protecting you. This is exactly right. I just heard that this is striking fear into them because now they're starting to realize that everything they have done has been seen, everything has been accounted for, that there's no possible way that they could ever escape. See, the kind of faith that you have learned to incorporate into your life tells you that even though these people may not have faced justice for their actions towards you, depending on what that may be, inside their everyday waking life yet, it simply does not matter. Because universal justice is something that simply no one can escape. And it all happens in a divine order. And this is a new kind of faith that I feel you are learning to hold with you. That there's no point focusing on the actions, on the past. That your only job is to keep it pushing and to keep your eyes directly on the path in front of you. And this is actually the key to all of it. Because it's that action alone that allows divine justice to unfold in your life anyway. It's up to you to get out of the way and allow Source to fight your battles for you. This is what this is all about. See, not a lot of people understand that. They like to say it because it sounds good, but when it comes down to it, not a lot of people can find it in themselves to hold themselves back and to remain focused on the mission at hand. See, simply engaging with the enemy in this capacity is you relinquishing your mission. That's what the enemy wants from you. All movement in karmic justice unfolds by following this blueprint. There's no other way. See, the whole point of the enemy coming for you in this capacity is to make a victim out of you, right? They know if they can victimize you, then there's no hope for you. They've got you right where they want you. And though they may make a victim out of you without you having a say-so in the matter, you don't have to be that victim. You can refuse it by not folding and pushing forward in power. That's how you shut down your enemy. The enemy wants you to be broken, so stay strong and don't break. It really is that simple. What do we have at the throat, please? Hangman again from a completely different deck here. So we saw the Hangman underneath this deck. Okay, so now we're seeing the Hangman from a different perspective. Before, we were seeing it like we were on the other side of you, and we could see the crowd, right? Yelling and screaming at you. But now, as we can see here, you are fully aware of how the enemy rolls. You understand that it is simply your response to the weapons they form against you that decides how all of this is going to go down. And the proper response, as we just detailed, is no response. And this is when that devilish spirit leaves these people because they no longer serve a purpose, because they failed their mission at stopping you, which says a lot about where you're going, who you are in the eyes of the universe. Otherwise, why all the attention? Why all the effort, right? Exactly. You may say to yourself, well, I don't know if there's anything that's special about me. I'm just little old me. And I understand. But that's the reality we live in, right? We're all like that. In some capacity, we all feel insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but we are all but a puzzle piece. And every single one of us has an incremental role in how all of this goes down. It could be that your greatest purpose in life is for you to be placed in a specific area geographically in this world where the universe uses you as a vessel to have a conversation with an individual. Maybe you inspire that person in some way, and that person goes on to do something with the inspiration that they got from you. Now, this is just very basic, but I'm just trying to give you guys an example of how this goes down. We are all a part of the mechanics of this reality. We're all sort of cogs and wheels inside this greater machine. And there's this opposing force that is always seeking to stop us from understanding this enough to allow the universe to place us inside those allocated positions. Now, if I was to really simplify everything I just said there, you don't know what the universe has planned for you. Your job is to just be obedient to the higher order and allow the universe to guide you through your life in this magical sort of way. Because when you begin to understand how this all kind of works, this is when you start to manifest your dreams. What do we have at the third eye, please? 5 of Swords at the third eye. Now, the collective reading that I put out before this, we had 2 5 of Swords. We had it here, and did we have it? I think we had it at the crown. Maybe the third eye? No, we definitely had it at that third eye position. There is a slightly similar energy here. It actually just feels like another part of the story that I picked up in that reading. That reading was all about keeping your moves to yourself. Oh, wow. Okay, I just heard this reading here. Makes perfect sense. It's coming after that. Is the next phase of the journey. This is why you have to keep your moves to yourself. Because of where you're going. Now we are seeing the importance of that message. And a lot of it has to do with what I just mentioned about being some place specific geographically at a certain time, right? The universe is just trying to move things, arrange things because it needs you somewhere for something, right? This is the kind of depth that I'm picking up here. Now, there's no way to really break that down because that's simply going to be countless different possibilities for each and every one of you. But it shouldn't really matter. All that should matter is that you understand how to move at this time. You keep it pushing, you move in silence, and understand that the path that you are walking right now, I just heard, is hot. And by hot, I feel that they mean there's a lot of eyes on you, right? People know that something's coming now. They know that the further you make your way down your path, the closer you get to the rebalancing. And the rebalancing is obviously bad news for them. And going back to the message at the beginning of the reading regarding you needing to know, right, what was going on in these people's lives, is to arm you with the confidence to keep pushing, because I feel that they're trying to project some sort of self-doubt into your life right now. It's as if to say they're throwing everything they have at you, energetically speaking, to try and disarm you in the 11th hour, okay? 5 of Swords at the third eye. Now, there's this very dense energy that I'm having to navigate through this reading, Cap. It's part of the reason why I feel I may be speaking kind of drawn out, kind of slow. It's just the way the messages are coming through. It just feels as though they're trying to stop this message from reaching you. Even leading up to the reading, I just felt something trying to stop me from delivering the message to you. Okay, I'm also hearing that because of that energy, because of that influence around this reading, you're to take this message with you and decode it further, okay? Outside of this particular reading, there's going to be other messages that you extract beyond what I'm able to channel through for you. What do we have at the crown, please, Spirit? And there it is, 8 of Cups. So this just confirmed what I said. Yeah, they're trying to get you to second guess your moves, okay? This last ditch effort. It's like saying, oh, did I make the right choice? This right here is an energy that is trying to disarm you and pull you back into a karmic cycle that you have already moved on from. It's like there's, oh, wow. I just heard you need to call back your energy. There's like pieces of you that are still existing in this karmic cycle that you have moved on from. And this is just going to show up as memories, right? Maybe second guessing yourself. Fire, Sag, Gemini, Taurus, Pisces, Aquarius, Pisces. It's one of these sorts of energies as well, where you are so close to crossing this threshold, right? And obviously, you probably can't see any indication of this yet, right? This just represents an energy that you're moving towards. But it's like there's this pull that wants to try and get you to come back. I just heard, depending on who these people might be, they may actually be doing come to me spells, right? People calling you back. Remember the good old times, Cap? Remember this, that, and the other? Come on, Cap. Come home. Come back to me, Cap. Don't be so serious. Don't you want to have fun? It's very haunting, to be honest with you. And I feel that you've gotten to the point in your life as well where you also see it that way. It's like all this that you have moved on from, it's a kind of horror movie. It is a literal haunting, and it tries to repeat on you. You could be pushing down your path with all this confidence and power, and then one day you wake up and you're like, oh, you start second guessing yourself. You start feeling maybe a little lonely or insecure about the decisions you've made. But you have to remember that those sudden changes in your energy like that are based on foreign influence, and you need to catch that when it happens. The best thing you can do in these sorts of situations is get on your hands and knees and pray for protection. Rebuke the energies from your auric field. Call back your energy. It works. It 100% always works. Let's get into the second row. What do we have at the foundation, please? There it is. This is what this is all about. This is why I was feeling this slow, thick energy. Judgment. Pluto, Scorpio energy. This is what this is all about. They know this is coming. And they can't have it. See, judgment will stop dead in its tracks if they can get you to come back. You have all the power in your hands right now. They know that. You may not even know that. I mentioned that I was feeling the tower energy, and typically it goes tower, judgment. Tower is the breaking down, and judgment represents the karmic consequences. It's working to restore the natural order. But if you go back, right? Then you're telling the universe inside your own individual reality that you're okay with all of this. The universe says, okay, that's the way you want it. Because the way you move inside your everyday waking life is a direct result of how your life is going to look, because the universe is going to amplify all of that back into your life because of your free will. These people, Knight of Wands in reverse, stacked on top of Judgment, are feeling this weight. It's heavy. It's the kind of weight that is deep down in your spirit. It makes you want to claw your skin off. That's what this feels like. It's like nothing you do can make it go away. I'm also hearing something about these people numbing themselves, which comes with the territory. This is what people do. They think that drinking or self-medicating, whatever they do, can allow them to escape. Right? That escape is not only temporary, but it's probably making it a whole lot worse for them right now. The Judgment card here confirms what I said about these people refusing to self-examine. They're trying to avoid the truth at all costs. They know what they've done, but they just can't bring themselves to surrender to the divine and do their time, whatever that means for them. It's like somebody who has to go to jail for a crime. There's no way around it. And so they're on the run. They're just hiding. They know eventually the law is going to catch up with them and put them away. So it's completely futile effort, because eventually they will be sitting inside that jail cell. This is exactly the same thing here. When the best thing to do is to just go turn yourself in and do your time. Get it over and done with. But it's on brand for these people, because escapism is what they are all about. I'm also hearing that for some of these people, they were self-medicating when they may have done what they did to you, and now they're sort of waking up to all of this. It's like looking back over the wreckage of your past and realizing that you were under the influence of something the entire time. These people are in a lot of pain spiritually. I feel it here. What do we have at the sacral, please? Page of Cups. Water energy at the sacral. Yeah, these people, you know, for all the good that's happening in your life, there's an equal amount of bad happening in their life. These people are missing out on opportunities now. Plans that they had are just beginning to fade away. Everything is falling apart. Some of these people I'm hearing, yep, okay, I'm getting ringing in my ear. These are the kinds of people that maybe had businesses that were successful. All of this is being broken down now. And the purpose of the universe doing this to some of these people is to cut off their resources, because their resources were what was arming them to be able to come for you in the capacity that they were. And the cutting off of their resources is also a part of the rebalancing. See, as soon as you say no more, the universe says, right, okay. Cut them off and redirect the resources to Cap. See, a lot of you don't know this, that a part of the rebalancing actually begins when you say no more and you push forward in power. Like I said, the way you move in your everyday waking life is exactly the energy that the universe is going to amplify back into your life. So if you're empowered, if you're not allowing people to walk all over you any longer and you are carving out your own path here, then the universe is going to create a reality for you that is in support of that. And again, they're aware of this. This is telling us that you have woken up to the matrix of your reality. And these people weren't betting on this. These people had been on top or in control for so long that it was unimaginable what it would look like on the other side. This could really speak about how long maybe you were just sort of under this spell for. Right on the bottom of the deck, there it is, the Tower, okay? The Tower from this deck is a little different than the regular Tower in that it speaks about people that are trying to avert this disaster. They know it's coming. I'm also hearing something here where they're having me reiterate this message a bit about, again, being very aware that they will stop at nothing right now, okay, because they are so desperate. I'm seeing, it's like they're completely checkmated right now. They're trying to take Hail Marys, so to speak, right? Just seeing what lands. They know that all it takes is you going back into this cycle for all of this pain and suffering to stop. What do we have? The solar plexus. 4 of Wands, Aries energy at the solar plexus. I just heard that the judgment angel has blown the horns in the spiritual realm. It is done, is what I heard. This is also the kind of energy where these people found out the bad news when they were quite possibly celebrating what they thought was a victory over you. You know, I picked this up in the collective reading too, where they thought that they had pulled one over on you when the universe was helping you rebuild in an entirely different area when they weren't looking, when they were too focused on trying to destroy your plans. It's like the universe was working on this backup plan the entire time. So this reading definitely crosses over with that collective reading, because I feel like we're quite possibly on the other side of these messages. What do we have at the heart, please? And then we have the King of Pentacles, red in its shadow, earth energy, says right there, catastrophe and haste. Interesting. So it's reinforcing that message about these people celebrating too soon. It's like them finding out bad news. Catastrophic news is what I just heard, while they're in the middle of celebrating what they thought was a victory over you, only to find out that Six of Wands, the victory was yours. Yeah, bait and switch. Again, this reading is a perfect evolution from that collective reading. The divine had your back the entire time. You know, these are the kinds of people, I feel like this goes without saying, but they do the most diabolical, wicked things towards you. And then when they're caught, it's almost as if they whinge and whine like they're little toddlers, right? There's just something so adolescent about them. Well, Page of Cups energy. Very immature. Yeah, I just heard, why won't you just let me destroy you? This is the kind of attitude they have. It's like, how dare you become so empowered and break out of the spiritual bondage that I spend all this time and effort putting you in? How dare you break the curses that I spent all this money putting on you? Who do you think you are? It's like, that's the kind of attitude that these people have. What do we have at the throat, please? The moon, Pisces energy at the throat. Now, what I just said there, how dare you break the curse, right? I feel that with this moon and hangman, so perspective and things being illuminated to you, right? Truths, like we mentioned. It's like you're ready to, yeah, it says right there, divine revelation, reveals messages, has the power to destroy. You're ready to know some of these things is what I'm hearing. It's like the divine saying to you, hey, we think that you're ready to know this now because you're far enough down the path where you're not going to try and face off with these people. But these people were manipulating the energies in your life. These people were quite possibly doing spells on you. You know what? In fact, not quite possibly. I feel very confident about that. Especially with this moon here. But when it comes to spells, it doesn't always have to be lighting a candle and, you know, calling on some demon or entity. It could be by way of the tongue, right? Throat chakra. So influencing the public opinion around your life, that's a spell. A spell is anything that seeks to manipulate energy around your life in any way, shape, or form. And this is what the divine is exposing to you right now, illuminating to you. And this is important for you to know because it allows you to see the areas of your life that you may have been really applying yourself in and not seeing the movement that you should, right? This helps you to make more sense out of that. Oh, I get it now. So I didn't succeed at that, or I didn't get that call back, or that person never gave me this opportunity because the energies were being manipulated around me in some capacity, somewhere in the realms of that, okay? It's obviously going to be different for all of you. So just take that if it fits, all right? But there's a lot of deception here, a lot. There's a lot of gaslighting, and there's a lot of, I just heard messing with your wiring, right? Your mentals. You know, I was picking up heavy gaslighting in the collective reading. which is really just one of the wickedest forms of mental warfare that you can wage upon anyone. Trying to convince people that the way they're perceiving their reality and how things unfolded is simply false. What do we have at the third eye, please? Too many cards. What do we have at the third eye? Eight of Cups. Again, so we have that twice now. Transformation gives consolation in adversity. Okay, so the Eight of Cups here underneath this Five of Swords is confirming to us that these people are stopping at nothing to pull you back into a karmic cycle that you have already withdrawn from, that you have already moved on from. Okay, they're trying to disempower you because they know that if they disempower you, it's going to stop judgment. The only way they can do this is by pulling you back into this karmic cycle that you have already graduated on from. And this is an energy where you go back and you're like, wait, it was a trick. I fell for it again, right? There's no other way to put this to you, but do not turn back. Okay? Burn the bridge down. Abandon all hope with these people here. All right? They seek to kill, steal, and destroy. Do not even put yourself in the same room as these people, let alone even have a conversation with them. Because the level of mental warfare and gaslighting that they're using here, and the fact that I feel that there's probably more of them than there is of you, can be very wearing on you. You need every ounce of your confidence right now. You cannot for a moment second guess the moves you are making. You need to keep pushing forward in power. Do not look back. This is also biblical, okay? The divine is with you. You have the full force of the universe right behind you right now. But at any moment, you can lose it all by simply going back. Because again, your free will is like a switch. Red pill, blue pill, right? It's like that switch is you going back to sleep. Like all of this never happened. You go back to where you came from. All right, what do we have at the crown to close this out for Cap? Too many cards. What do we have at the crown, please? What do we have at the crown? Perfect. Magician. So this follows what I said perfectly about you having the full force of the universe behind you, because the magician has all the elements, has everything at their disposal in the palm of their hand. You are in this amazing position to actually co-create with the universe an entire reality that is a direct reflection of your dreams, Cap, whatever that means for you, okay? You are being positioned for this because of your prayers, because of the way you've been moving, because of your dedication. But you mustn't falter. You must remain steady, focused, untriggered, and unbothered in any way, shape, or form by these energies. Now more than ever, I feel that you're on the last lap here. You're getting ready to cross that finish line, and they know it. Just think about how desperate they are. Based on what we know is already starting to trickle into their lives, right? This lovely creature, right? This right here is what they can feel chasing them, right? This is what makes their skin crawl. This is what makes them feel like they just want to tear their skin off. It's eating them from the inside. This magician here is you turning all of your visions into your reality. This is your power. This is your purpose. It's time that you realize your potential and push harder now than you ever have in your entire life. Because like I mentioned in the collective reading, you are a heartbeat away. All right, Cap, this is what I have for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. and turn on your notifications. If you would like to support my channel, there are a few ways that you can go about doing this. Of course, donations are always greatly appreciated, and I would like to extend my gratitude to everybody who continues to donate to my channel. I also have an online store, which is made up of things I have designed myself. They're all extensions of the creative universe of my channel, and I would also like to thank everybody who's gone there and made purchases already. You can also join the membership side of my channel, where I upload bonus videos. It's only $2.99 a month, and those videos are not available on the public side of my platform. Information for personal readings can be found down below. But lastly, I would like to know how this reading resonated with you, so leave me a heart and or a comment down below, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.